Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, neurosurgical drill dispute taken to court. The brouhaha over the $31 million neurosurgical drill sold to the Southeast Regional Health Authority by Medical Technologies has mushroomed into a lawsuit filed by the company and the Kingston Central Member of Parliament, Donovan Williams, against the opposition spokesman on health, Dr. Alfred Dawes. The suit was filed in the Supreme Court on Monday afternoon by attorneys representing Williams and the Medical Technologies, following allegations made by Dawes at a media conference called by the People's National Party last week. At a news conference last Tuesday, Dawes announced that he has asked the Auditor General's Department and the Integrity Commission to investigate the procurement of the drill for Bustamante Hospital for Children, alleging a web of corruption surrounding the controversial purchase. He raised questions about the procurement process, claiming that the drill may have been a refurbished unit imported months earlier at a fraction of the cost. Shortly after the press conference, Williams demanded an apology from Dawes over what the MP claimed was an attempt by the PNP spokesman to link him to the company behind the purchase. Williams indicated he was merely a trustee in the company and was making arrangements for the shares to be passed to the rightful owner. However, Dawes responded, "Go ahead and sue me. I'll see you in court." He further said all of his assertions had been backed by proof in writing, which had been turned over to the Auditor General and the Integrity Commission. In the lawsuit, Williams and the Medical Technologies attorneys claim that Dawes' statements, in their natural and ordinary meaning, meant and was understood to mean the claimants are involved in corrupt practices and are involved in selling supplies to the Ministry of Health at a markup of 12,400% and are thereby involved in the theft from and the figurative rape of Jamaican taxpayers. The claimants' lawyers also said the publication of the statement by Dawes has caused and or is likely to cause a serious harm to the reputation of their clients. Since the media conference, there has been an online petition to boycott Meditech. Since the media conference, Meditech staff have come under harassment, and in consequence, the first claimant, Donovan Williams, has had to put extra security measures in place, the court filing stated. Williams and the Medical Technologies are seeking damages for defamation, including exemplary damages as well as claims for special damages. The MP and the Medical Technologies are also claiming interest at such rate and for such a period as the court thinks just on the amount awarded for special damages. Both Medical Technologies and Williams have applied for an injunction restraining Dawes, whether by himself, his servants or agents or otherwise, from further publishing or causing to be published the said or similar statements defamatory of them. The claimants are also seeking to have Dawes ordered to pay their legal fees for the alleged defamatory statements. The attorneys for Williams and Medical Technologies have also attached to their court filings a series of documents which they reasoned supported their claim that Dawes' statements about the circumstances in which Sarah obtained the drill are reckless, untrue, and defamatory of their clients. Dr. Dawes has insisted that the drill could have been obtained at a cheaper cost. At the same time, Sarah has argued that it abided by the procurement process and that the purchase represents value for money, as the equipment is key to saving the lives of children at the Bustamante Hospital for Children. Last week, Medical Technologies issued a statement and noted that it has not yet been paid for the equipment despite it being used at the hospital. The company also insisted that the process by which it won the bid concerning the drill was above board. Man accused of murdering journalist Barbara Gale remanded until July 21. The man accused of murdering veteran journalist Barbara Gale has been further remanded for the continuation of his plea and the case management hearing on July 21. Travis Ellis, who is charged with murder and robbery with aggravation in connection with Gale's murder last December, was in January remanded for a psychiatric evaluation. The Home Circuit Court was informed on Monday morning that the evaluation was done, but that the report is outstanding. In the meantime, the prosecution was ordered to disclose 2 newly obtained documents, forensic DNA and a biology certificate, to the defense by June 13. Gail, a respected retired journalist who was still writing for The Gleaner, was found dead at her Caymanas estate home on December 17 with multiple stab wounds and blunt force trauma to her head. Ellis was last seen with her on Monday, December 16. Investigators alleged that the defendant broke into a house on the day Gail was last seen alive. It is alleged that after breaking into the house, the suspect, in a bid to elude security personnel, ran to Phase 1 where he went to Gail's home. It's alleged that he later attacked Gail inside her house after engaging her in a conversation. Her GLA 180 Mercedes-Benz was found along the Dyke Road in Portmore, St. Catherine, a day after she was found dead. It is believed that Ellis drove the vehicle to the location after Gail's murder. Ellis is being represented by King's Counsel Tom Tavares Finson and Attorney-at-Law Donahue Martin. Carl Samuda to step away from representational politics. Veteran Member of Parliament Carl Samuda has formally indicated that he will be stepping away from representational politics, bringing an end to a 45-year career in public service. Prime Minister and the Jamaica Labour Party leader Andrew Holness made the disclosure following a meeting with the executive of North Central St. Andrew, where Mr. Samuda officially indicated he would not be seeking re-election. As a result, he will also step down as the constituency chairman. Mr. Samuda, who has served multiple terms as a member of parliament and held several ministerial portfolios, is widely regarded for his long-standing commitment to the people of North Central St. Andrew and his broader contributions to national development. The JLP is expected to restart the selection process for a new candidate to represent the constituency. This comes just days after the 2 leading aspirants, Junior Tourism Minister Senator Delano Seabright and Attorney-at-Law Christian Tavares Finson, unexpectedly withdrew from the race. The JLP says their withdrawals clears the way for deeper consultation with the constituency's executive and workers before a new candidate is confirmed. Mr. Samuda is reportedly throwing his support behind Senator Seabright, who was elected vice chairman of the constituency last November. Government urged to exert pressure on banks to lower lending rates. Pressure is mounting on the government to step in as commercial banks remain slow to cut in lending rates, even after a reduction in the central bank's policy rate. This as the Bank of Jamaica last week lowered the cost of short-term borrowing for commercial banks by 25 basis points from 6 to 5.75%. Altogether, the central bank cut its policy rate by 125 basis points since 2024, coming from 7%. Despite appeals from the Ministry of Finance and the BOJ, commercial banks are yet to budge, leaving borrowers still waiting for relief. Economics lecturer at the University of the West Indies, Mona, Dr. Peter John Gordon, says that the government must now move beyond the moral suasion and exert pressure on lending institutions to improve services amid little market competition.
Charles Biles isn't going to call the banks in and give them a tongue lashing and they do what he says. The problem is the transmission mechanism is not working because the commercial banking sector is not competitive. To have a competitive market, you don't need a whole lot of players. Sometimes 2 players is enough to have competition. The non-competitiveness of the banking sector is partly due to the rules which the BOJ have put in. And the banks know it. So they are under no pressure to improve services. The role which the banking sector plays is different from any other sector in Jamaica because its inefficiencies pass on to every other sector. The economy cannot grow unless there's an increase in productivity. The banks are a central part to increasing productivity.
Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.